Hey, I'm Jim Search, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Rob Adler and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate. And this week, we are spreading the news about how Philadelphia cream cheese is, in fact, from upstate New York. What a turn.
Hell yeah. Oh, God, I fucked it up. Booyah! That's the phrase.
There's the turn.
It's true. You know, Jim, last week we were talking about abolitionist and abolitionist movement upstate, so I figured it was, we should really continue a serious and inspiring line of topics and talk about cream cheese this week. What a great...
Good segue off of...
What a great...
From, dare I say, a darker period of history to perhaps a more lighter point in American history, if one could find that. We're here to do that for you.
What a pivot!
Yeah, incredible pivot. What an incredible move. You know what else is an incredible move, Rob? Is subscribing, rating, and reviewing our show. It is.
There you go.
To be honest with you.
Also an incredible transition.
Oh yeah. I was a step ahead of it. If I'm going to be brutally frank.
That's true.
But to share the episode, and just tell the world. You know what I mean? Put a 5-star review in Apple Podcasts and let us know your favorite upstate location or person in this review, because there are so many bright shining stars that have come from above New York City in the greater upstate area.
Also, just for this episode, let us know your favorite kind of cream cheese. Where
Sure.
we work with scallion, tofu, strawberry, blueberry, walnut, or what is it? Cinnamon walnut? Cinnamon walnut raisin. God, I can't even. I'm just gonna leave today. I can't even get my cream cheeses straight.
No, Rob, you can't do that, man. You can't leave. Do you know how psychotic it would be if I was just talking to myself for 45 minutes? That'd be a real strange look for this here podcast. That could.
You just threw a lot of shade at a whole segment of podcasters, and I'm okay with that.
I am, and I did, and because I will, that is a hill I will die on, is that you, perhaps as a show, should have another person. If you are just talking
true.
into the ether, boy, does that feel different. All right. Well, I feel like it's important that we dispel a widely held notion, right? As we said at the top, that Philadelphia cream cheese is in fact from Philly, but it's not.
And I think, as we're going to find, just like straight up cream cheese, like I believe
Sure.
The original version, which would then go on to be called Philadelphia cream cheese, it's the OG cream cheese. And
Right.
It is, in fact, from upstate New York.
Goddamn right.
So let's get to the bottom of it.
All right, let's go. Let's get it. Now we're talking about the history, of cream cheese from Wiki and Encyclopedia of Greater Philadelphia. We're going to get into it. Although Philadelphia did not directly give birth to the brand Philadelphia cream cheese, the city had an association with uncured, highly perishable cream cheese that dated to at least the early 19th century.
Highly perishable is not something I want associated with any food product.
Nah, B. You're gonna want to go ahead and you're gonna want to not have that be part of what's going into your body. But some people like to gamble. You know what I'm saying?
You would not believe how perishable this cheese is.
You got 30 seconds to eat it. So I say get in there now before it turns and turns against you.
Indeed.
Now, knowledge of the product came to the region from England, where cream-based cheeses were popular with the upper class. Early farmers around Philadelphia raised cattle more for beef than for dairy purposes, but rural women often made cheese and butter from the milk of their cows. Thoughtful. Even before refrigeration, these goods could be taken quickly to market in nearby Philadelphia via the network of roads and turnpikes developed by the 19th century. Some hard cheeses could be exported, but the more delicate cheeses made from cream had a very short shelf life, which, as we just said earlier, good luck, which prevented it from traveling beyond the immediate region. Because cream cheese had such a limited range of distribution, Philadelphia became one of the few places where it could be found. Expensive and rare because of its production in very small batches, cream cheese drew the notice of early 19th century visitors who commented on the novelty and pleasure of sampling Philadelphia's delicacy. The city's association with the product grew as travelers wrote about their experiences and as local publishers of newspapers, books, and magazines printed recipes of how to make cream cheese. Man, this is spreading like wildfire.
Hey, and we should say too, this is like Little C cream cheese, right? These are various cream cheeses. I know, again, I said up front, cream cheese is an upstate thing. Cream cheese, the cream cheese we think of today is from upstate. There was a lot of variety, like brie is almost like a type of cream cheese, almost, not quite, but like these are spreadable cheeses, right? That we're talking about right now. Just again, we got to keep the facts straight because there are some very angry Philadelphia subreddits that really get into it.
What? You mean angry people out of Philadelphia? Nah.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Pretty tame sort of vibe there.
It's true.
Now, after railroads extended the range of markets and reduced traveling time beginning in the 1830s, the fine cheese from Philadelphia could travel a bit further to New York City. While farmers in outlying New York counties also made cream cheeses, fine restaurants and markets in Manhattan offered, quote, Philadelphia cream cheese to their customers.
Again, little C.
Yeah.
Little C. We're not at the capital C yet.
No, you'll know. You'll know when we get there. The branding of Philadelphia cream cheese reflected this early history, but only because a New York cheese distributor cashed in on the cachet of the city's reputation.
Okay, and this is where you know it was written by someone from Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Really Philly-leaning doc here. In the late 19th century, Americans who aspire to high social status hungered for luxury food.
Not so different from an episode we covered on Jell-O, right?
Sure.
Gelatin, also very much a status of living the high life. I don't know if that's a phrase.
No, it is. Living the high life. Yeah. I mean, there's high on the hog, living the high life.
I was thinking high on the hog.
Sure,
but
made by Jell-O.
I was gonna say all these products that today we think are just very pedestrian.
Sure.
Again, your Jell-Os and your cream cheeses were quite the fancy treat.
Yeah. Now, at the same time, production of cream cheese and demand for it increased as cheesemaking shifted from home production to factories. The first modern cheese factories opened in New York, where dairy farming had expanded substantially after completion of the Erie Canal. There it is for you, my man.
Best episode ever.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. In 1825, linked New York City with the interior. Among the many cheese factory operators of New York, dairy farmer William A. Lawrence, 1842 to 1911, opened his facility in 1862 in Chester, New York, located in Orange County.
Can you imagine opening a dairy production facility when you turn 20?
I mean, you gotta...
He was 20!
You got to have a certain head on your shoulders, I feel like, for that line of work, and knowing your vision, right, and knowing your dream.
Sure.
So, in 1872, William Lawrence attempted to make I'm going to take that one more time. Neufchâtel Because I did look this up. Neufchâtel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I did not.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Because I know I'm going to fuck this up when we get there. But Neufchâtel, a tangy crumblier cheese product that was popular in Europe at the time. Instead, he accidentally added an excessive amount of cream, such a New Yorker, and created a richer, more spreadable cheese, which would eventually be called cream cheese.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Now, as we were talking before, the hard to pronounce but equally delicious Neufchâtel is a soft, slightly crumbly, mold-ripened, bloomy rind cheese made in the Neufchâtel-en-Brie region of Normandy. One of the oldest kinds of cheese in France. Its production is believed to have dated back to 6th century AD. That's
an old cheese.
That's an old ass cheese, man. In the kingdom of Franks, it looks similar to Camembert and Brie, with a dry, white, edible rind. But the taste is saltier and sharper. Unlike other soft, white rinded cheeses, Neufchâtel has a grainy texture. It is usually sold in heart shapes. Oh, that's cute. But is also produced in other forms, such as logs and boxes.
Okay.
It is typically matured 8 to 10 weeks. You got to wait for what you love. And weighs about 100 to 600 grams. So there is our little off-road.
That's what we're shooting for originally.
Sure.
Ended up, somewhere, a little bit different.
Now, in 1877, Lawrence created the first brand of cream cheese. Its logo was a silhouette of a cow followed by the words Neufchâtel and cream cheese. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue. Not really, not marketable, right? In 1879, Lawrence entered into an arrangement with Sam S. Durland, another Chester merchant, to build a larger factory. In 1880, Alva Reynolds, a New York cheese distributor, began to sell the cheese of Lawrence and Durland and called it, wait for it, Philadelphia cream cheese.
There we go.
Histories that imply the cheese was produced in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, or Philadelphia, New York. Incorrect. Wrong, pal. At the time, Pennsylvania had a reputation for its high-quality dairy farms and creamier cheese products, so they decided to slap the name Philadelphia on the foil-wrapped blocks of creamy cheese.
I'm glad to hear that the packaging for Philadelphia cream cheese has been the same for hundreds of years.
It really has, man.
Been that foil brick.
You don't fix what's not broken. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, by the end of 1880, faced with increasing demand for his Philadelphia brand cheese, Reynolds turned to Charles Green, a second Chester dairyman, who, by 1880, had been manufacturing cream cheese as well. Some of Green's cheese was also sold under the Philadelphia label.
The thing I love about this story is that there's a lot of collaboration going on here with these within Chester, right? And it's also kind of a slow burn too, right? The dairy itself opened in 1962, and we're bringing in some friends by like 1979, 1880, right? Like it's taken some time.
This is a real cheese renaissance, right? Mm-hmm. It's a, if you will. Some real visionaries in the line.
That's true.
Now, in 1892, Reynolds bought the Empire Cheese Company of South Edmonston, New York, to produce the cheese under its Philadelphia label. When the Empire factory burned down in 1900, he asked the newly formed Phoenix Cheese Company to produce his cheese instead.
Is that at all? That's ironic, right? Like
that Phoenix
Phoenix is the name of the new company after the factory burns down.
I think they might have. I feel like that's a little too on the nose for that to
Yeah.
not be. I feel like
if I'm an arson investigator,
you got some leads.
I got some questions for you.
Some hard-hitting questions that may get you. In 1903, Reynolds sold rights to the Philadelphia brand name to the Phoenix Cheese Company, which was under the direction of Jason F. Whitley Sr., which later merged with Kraft, good move, in 1928. By the early 1880s, Star Cream Cheese had emerged as Lawrence and Durland's brand, and Green Maid and Globe brands of the cheese. At the turn of the 20th century, New York dairymen were producing cream cheese sold under such brands as Triple Cream, Eagle, Empire, Mohican, Monroe Cheese Company, and Nabob. A lot of players out there.
There we go.
As the ownership of the Philadelphia cream cheese brand changed, so did the nature of cream cheese. No longer rare because of mass production, cream cheese became an everyday food instead of luxury. What a rube. While still asserting the richness and pleasure of tasting cream cheese, the Phoenix Cheese Company and Kraft marketed their brand as a healthier or healthful, family-friendly food. Healthy?
Healthier than, I don't know, lard?
This is like when I was at Sterling Fest and I saw commercials for cigarettes, and they were labeled as healthy alternatives. So, hang on a second. Advertisements taught customers that cream cheese could be enjoyed not only by itself, but as an ingredient that might be spread on toast or incorporated into recipes. And it can. It's pretty versatile. In some respects, despite the name on the dominant brand, cream cheese became indelibly associated with New York because of its pairing with bagels and use as an ingredient in New York-style cheesecake. There it is. Cheesecake's pretty good.
Yep.
But the Philadelphia brand also expanded nationally and internationally after stabilizer ingredients introduced in the late 1920s made it possible for Kraft to package cream cheese in foil-wrapped blocks and distribute it widely. Now, by the end of the 20th century, Philadelphia cream cheese could be found in a proliferating array of flavors and products around the world. And I'm going to ring off and give you a real unpopular take here. But if you fuck with strawberry or any other like fruit in your cream cheese, I'm going to side eye you because I don't know what you're doing. That's a little bit extra, and you don't.
Sure.
I feel like you need to make a better decision. But you know what? I mean, you look. I'll say this: you do that, right? Don't offer any to me.
Oh, sure.
Makes sense. Get from around me.
It's a real you do you kind of situation.
Yeah. Because that's just different, man. Scallion's about as far as you want to go with that. Because I fuck with scallion cream cheese.
Scallion's great. I had it this week.
You deserve it. You deserve that. Under the ownership of Kraft Heinz in the 21st century, Philadelphia cream cheese continued to be manufactured in a factory in Lowellville, New York, in a state where the brand originated. And the people of Lowellville organized an annual cream cheese festival to celebrate their local product. That tracks. I mean, if you're in Lowellville, I feel like you gotta rep that pretty hard.
Hey Jim, guess what we're going to talk about next?
Oh, I'm ready.
The Lowellville Cream Cheese Festival.
Of course.
I was particularly delighted to see there's yet another festival we need to put on the calendar for 2025. And I mean, it sounds like we missed a doozy this year. It like just happened. It was just I think like early to mid September. And it was the 19th. That means we've got the 20th Lowville Cream Cheese Festival approaching this year. I found a news story recapping quite the achievement at the 19th festival, and then we'll get some more details on it, so don't worry. But this is from WWNY TV. Great call sign.
Sure.
Again, from September of this year. The streets of Lowville were bustling for a cream cheese festival that, in at least one way, was bigger than ever. Some folks like Glenda Eddy, a cream cheese festival fan, say they come out each year. We just love to come. We never miss this. Every year, Eddy said. It's a little redundant. Here's a history lesson. Back in 2013, Lowville's Kraft Heinz plant set the Guinness World Record for largest ever cheesecake. Russians took the title in 2017 with a 9,347-pound cheesecake. This year, Derek Landon, the Kraft Heinz quality manager, says the plant decided it was time to reclaim the crown.
Oh, yeah, it was. You right.
Yes, it was. If you're going to beat it, might as well go big, Langdon said. We decided we're going to smash that record, make it almost twice as big as the last one. If they were going to beat it, they'd have to go really big. It was so big. The plant shot for an exceeded 15,000 pounds. And after an appearance from Guinness educator Michael Emprick, it was official. Today, Lowville, New York, USA, you had a measurement of 15,008 pounds. A new Guinness World Record, Emprick said. Can you imagine if they had missed it by like 9 pounds? Like, it's just barely over.
Right.
This is just unbelievable, Cream Cheese Festival chair Jeremiah Papineau said. To have a record in 2013 and to win the record again this year, it just shows how this community comes together, and we couldn't be more proud. After they cut the cake, we learned winning the record involves more than just putting the product together. Specific criteria had to be met. I know Kraft Heinz probably could have built a much larger cheesecake, but one of our rules is that it has to be consumed on-site or donated to charity, Emprick said. And consume they did. Portions of the cake rolled out on hundreds of little dishes, and folks like Evelyn Hawthorne got a taste of history. This is history, Hawthorne said. It's wonderful that Lowville can put something on like this. For it to be a Guinness World Record is wonderful. Although Saturday was a feast for the ages, a lot of cheesecake will be going to food banks.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I saw a picture of this thing. It looks like they made it in like a cheese vat, like an industrial vat. I don't know, bigger than my living room. Like, it was massive, and at least I think if 4 feet tall, maybe. This thing was massive. They of course had the Philadelphia cream cheese logo, like on top of it. It was really something. And hey, if you want to get more information, you can just go to creamcheesefestival.com. And they got a great website name with a lot of more information there. But they also had some contests. There was a cream cheese festival recipe contest, and there's some criteria for competing, Jim. All entries must, of course, be prepared with Kraft Heinz Philadelphia cream cheese.
Right. Well, you don't want to. We're not going to sully this, right?
Sure. And, however, if you want to compete, you can go pick up 6 free packages straight from the factory, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, the calorie count, right?
Sure. Oh my God. Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
There's 2 categories: dessert and non-dessert, with cash prizes for first through third for each category, and entries were judged based on presentation, creativity, and taste. Points in the judging are weighted though most points are awarded for the taste component. Next highest are awarded in creativity, and fewest points are awarded for presentation, which we're going to see. Jim, I don't know if you see this link I have here, but if you wouldn't mind opening that Cream Cheese Festival link.
Yes.
All right, so you've got it in front of you. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see pictures of the this year's winners. If you could just real quickly describe what they look like, keeping in mind that presentation is a factor.
Is part of it. All right.
Yes.
So, first place did quite.
This is the dessert category.
Sure. Comes to us from the South Lewis Science Club. Cream cheese ice cream, which disgusting. So I don't know. We got a couple penguins and some cotton balls. It's something of like a nativity-ish scene, I feel like.
It kind of is.
So congrats to you.
You might say, one might use the adjective slapdash for how it's arranged.
Yeah, I feel like this one on taste because it's like
yeah.
There's others
100%.
that have better presentation. Like second
100%.
place's presentation is a little bit more put together, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a pumpkin latte cookie.
Yep,
which again, I don't know. We're doing a lot. We're pushing the strengths and integrity of this item here.
It's definitely like live, laugh, love kind of vibes.
Oh, huge. Third place, Cloud9 apple pie bombs, which again, I don't know. And there's like a rainbow pinwheel.
Yeah, with like tendrils coming down from it. I don't
Yeah, man.
More cotton again, right? Are those cotton balls? I think that's the clouds, right?
Sure. And then, as we kind of move down, well, I'll tell you right now, the non-dessert section, right? This is where things go wild. There's a cow in a sweater, and it's a sweater weather chili, which again, we're pushing hard.
Yeah.
And then second place is probably my favorite because it's just crock pot cream cheese corn dip, and they just threw a bag of Tostitos and Fritos in front of this. Not even presented in a certain way. Just
not even in a bowl. A bowl.
Just threw that shit on the in front of it and said, "Here you are." Shout out to you, Tabitha Durr. Third place, which was an easy crock pot tortellini shells. Which okay.
Yeah, dude.
And there's some scarecrows, there's football. I mean, it doesn't get really more American than that.
It's true.
So it's safe to say that these folks are really giving their best and their all for the love of the game here.
It's true.
That's a real push and stretch here for you, folks.
It's true. So, Jim, if we're able to make it out for the 20th Cream Cheese Festival, which will be happening on September 20th, as a matter of fact, of 2025, I think you and I stand a pretty good chance to take one prize home. We could maybe sweep both categories. I think we can. If this is what we're competing against, I'm gonna put it on the calendar. It's not confirmed, but a soft hold for a soft cheese. Hey, how about that? But as I mentioned, please go to creamcheesefestival.com. It's the website looks like it's from 2005. It hasn't really been updated since, but it's delightful. A lot of good cream cheese pictures.
Yeah.
All right, that brings us to the next segment. I really tried to find some cream cheese news stories.
Yeah,
and
that tracks. I could see that.
I know. So I have two kind of separate segments here. One, I'm going to just give the most interesting cream cheese related story that I could find. It takes place in New York City, but it's a product of upstate New York, so it pertains to the distribution of the product.
I'll allow it.
And then I have, if we have time for it, we're going to do a stupid cheese game at the very end. We haven't done a game in a while,
I know,
which I'm sure you're happy about because it's always me making you do them. But
I haven't really scored too well.
It's true. Well, I think the odds are going to be okay this time. We'll see.
Okay,
we'll see. All right. So this article, I did a pretty big sweep. Usually start with the New York Times because they have pretty good archives, and then I went through some upstate New York newspapers. And the best one I could find was a story about a cream cheese monopoly that was taking place in Brooklyn, of all places. So this is from September 16th, 1926. Title, Predicts Cheaper Cheese. Deputy Attorney General reports breakup of alleged control. Attorney General I.M. Lerner notified referee Francis I. Garver in Brooklyn yesterday that he had effected dissolution of an alleged combination, which is like a monopoly, that had controlled the cream cheese business throughout the city, consisting of manufacturers and jobbers. Mr. Lerner told the referee, who was appointed to inquire into the alleged combination, that he had obtained confessions of judgment signed by the Interborough Dairy Dealers Protective Association, the Dairy Dealers Credit Association, and the Cream Cheese Dealers Protective Association of Harlem and the Bronx. So these fucking Brooklyn cream cheese importers are really trying to screw over Harlem and the Bronx with their like cream cheese racketeering.
Right.
The breakup of these combinations will result in the price reductions to consumers of 15 to 20% and will restore open competition, said Mr. Lerner. He added prices had been reduced 12% to consumers since he had stopped the activities of the Brownsville and East New York Cream Cheese Dealers Association.
I wouldn't fuck with either of those, but go ahead. Go if it's what I think it is. If they're on the wavelength I think they're on.
No, and I found a couple articles. Like this wasn't front page news, but like,
sure.
I found a couple, and that happened a lot here for like various produce items, like grocery items. I think artichokes were famously something that like Al Capone had his fingers in here and was driving the price up of in New York City.
What?
Yeah,
dude. That doesn't seem like his personality type.
No, man. LaGuardia busted up the artichoke racket, I believe, if I'm not misremembering here.
Interesting.
So a weird thing that happened a lot, or at least happened 2 times. All right, Jim. Are you ready to play my stupid cream cheese game?
I think so.
All right. So there's just 2 rounds. It's going to be pretty simple. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to tell me what decade cream cheese was most popular in a couple different regions. First, we're going to do most popular in upstate New York, and then we're going to do most popular in Broome County. And the way I determined this was by the number of mentions for cream cheese in upstate newspaper publications, right? So this is, somewhat scientific, but that's kind of the metric we're going by. The number of mentions, this is articles, this is ads, the number of mentions in any documented upstate newspapers. And I'll give you some decade ranges as well for each of these. And what you're going to be playing for is 6 blocks of Philadelphia cream cheese. If you can.
Oh, this feels like Billy on the Street. It's got some real Billy on the Street energy right now.
That's true. No, but that way, if you win, you're automatically a shoo-in for the cream cheese festival competition. You're gonna get your 6 blocks right from me. All right, so this first one's going to be a little bit broader of a sampling here. So between 1880 and we'll go up to 1999, and it'll be in like 1880 to 1889 is like one, a decade, right? So
Okay.
It's a pretty wide range, but between those 2 decades, the high and the low, what decade do you think cream cheese was at its peak popularity in upstate New York?
All right. Now, I don't know. This is hard. 1895? I don't know, dude.
So when you say 1895, you mean not just year. You get a whole decade range. So you could do like 1890s, 1850s, or I guess that would be too low. 1880 is the earliest you can go, but you could do 1970s, you could do 1930s, up to the 90s, basically. The 1990s.
I don't know. 1910.
1910. Okay, let's see. 1910 was like an average year for cream cheese. It rose, it like shot up in popularity to 1900, and then it dipped in 1910. And then it shot back up to its most popular, by my weird metric, in 60 to 69. That's top year for cream cheese in upstate New York. And you think like it's probably a weird ingredient in salads. You're slathering it on think of all those like weird Jell-O recipes. I feel like Jell-O and cream cheese really had a weird coexistence probably in the 60s, All right. You ready for... You still got a shot at 6 cream cheese blocks. You ready for round 2?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, round 2. It's the same thing, but we're going to get a little more specific. We're going to Broome County, baby.
I like it.
If you can tell me the decade and a smaller range between 1910 being your starting decade and 1970, which decade? So 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, or 70s. Which one was cream cheese the most popular?
Wait, run that again. Give me that again.
You can choose between for any decade going from the teens up to the 70s. Which decade was cream cheese the most popular in Broome County?
1950s.
He did it! You got it! Is that maybe the first time you've gotten a...
Probably.
Wait, in any of these games?
I hope you didn't buy 6 blocks of cream cheese there.
Jim, there will be 6 blocks of highly perishable cream cheese arriving at your doorstep within 6 to 10 weeks.
Do you have the receipt still? Just asking for a friend. Sure. Oh, you know what? I'll give you a voucher for Western beef. Perfect.
You can go get it right from Western beef. All right. Well, that's that felt good. We don't need to do that for another 20 episodes. That reminds me why we don't do stupid games so much. But Jim, while I'm trying to forget how terribly that went, can you please give us a palate cleanser?
Sure.
What are some things our speedy freaks can listen to forget about how dumb my games are?
Listen, let's just say that you failed miserably at a game, right? Let's say you didn't do your best. You came out, you wanted to play, but you didn't give it your all, and you need something to lift your spirits. Well, I got you. It is an album called Upstate Understandings. It's a comedy album that I said some jokes on. I think you're going to enjoy those. My friend Rob Adler, he produced that. And it's worth a listen. It's worth a purchase. Jimsearch.bandcamp.com is the place to go. You can also listen to it on all digital streaming platforms. And you can listen to it on SiriusXM sometimes because Pure Comedy, channel 98 plays it. So by all means, get your ass over there and, run up some numbers. Shout out to my guy, Charles Walker on Instagram. He picked up a copy of it yesterday. Just said, you know what I did is I said, hey, will you buy a copy of my album? And within 3 minutes, purchased. Man. I was like, that's not how this works, actually. It's not how this fucking works. Normally, you leave it on red, and I go on with my life. But my man Charles Walker said, nah, dog, I'm going to buy that album. And I said,
he said, booyah, I believe.
I'll ask him if he said that. I'll check in with him about that. But yeah, go do that. Jimsearchcomedy.com is a good place to see all the stuff I'm up to, as far as stand-up comedy goes and whatnot. On the 26th of November is going to be Trivmatic, the illest hip-hop trivia game show in New York City. That's over at Beer Wax. Going to be at 7 o'clock. Money Mike's going to be spinning. I'm going to give you some trivia. It's going to be a great time. So get your ass over there. Rob, help these folks out. They're going to Trivmatic. They bought a copy of my album. What else is there? Is there anything else?
There might be. Let's just say you've recently been in the trenches, and I don't mean you're digging a new canal. I mean You've been on r/Philadelphia spreading the news and breaking the news to everyone there that cream cheese is from upstate New York. You're getting a lot of hate. You've been doxxed a few times. And you got to take a break. You need to rest. You've already done so much to help out the cause. So you're going to go grab my album at brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com. It's called New York Sticky. It's a great little instrumental album. It's not even little. It's like almost a full hour, I think. I did the full thing. It would be a double LP if I ever pressed it. Anyway, go grab that.
Get it.
And check out our documentary, too. There's a link in the description for it. It's up for free on YouTube. It's a behind-the-scenes look at the making of Jim's album. We go to Binghamton. We go to Brooklyn. It's great. It's a fun little documentary. Speaking of fun little things, we got a fun little topic for everyone next week. Jim, what are we going to be talking about? Can you give everyone
man, we got an arena of different things to speak about next week, and quite frankly, I think you're going to really enjoy it. In fact, I know you will. Oh, I know you will.
Well, you know what people aren't going to enjoy? It's this week's closing transition. Are you ready to be done?
Are you ready? Are you ready to flee here? Give it to us. Let's go.
All right. Again, I always do, not always a new one, evidently, after last week or the week before, but I try and do a new up pun to close us out here. And for this week, Jim, I need to open up a little tinfoil brick of cream cheese. I can go eat a bagel. Let's get on out of here.
Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.